if you listen to my music, you know me.
Probably like really talkative. I feel like with the video, like with Love Galore.
Forced you to.
And then I was with my mom. She taught Sunday school. And then
I can, but not be like, I don't have time to like, I don't know, to get caught in the fog of anything or like have it. I just want to grow.
Sure.
So everyone can have it. That's what it's about.
Yeah, well, thank you for giving it to us all. There are, I sort of fell in love with your music and really discovered it, and I find it like there's a haunting kind of quality to your voice, not in an eerie sort of weird evil way, but like there's this rasp and there's a calm to it. It's very difficult for artists to put themselves out there and be vulnerable. Speak to me about being vulnerable, being out on stage. Early on, I know there was a little bit of uncomfortable sort of situations, like I'm on stage and I'm here and I'm dope and I'm gonna give you my music, but I don't know if I really wanna be here. Talk to me about being vulnerable.
I think I've always been just like hypersensitive. Like I was just raised that way. And I think I've always just been, even just like more so like cry at the drop of a hat, but then it kind of like turned into rage and like took a weird turn.
You're an artist.
Right.
Yeah, I know what that feels like.
But now I think, I don't know, I think being vulnerable is the only way. If you're not vulnerable, you run the risk of like losing people.
And not getting the message clear.
Exactly. And I think there's something to be said about talking about your darkness or your shadows or where you hide at, because most people are hiding in the same place you're hiding. So it's not even just you. And not to like normalize other people's pain, but I think there's comfort in numbers and there's just comfort in general. And I think
so true.
I think there needs to be just more of that. And I think in me being vulnerable, and don't get me wrong, like I'm not always hyped to be vulnerable. I'm not always excited to tell people about myself, because people take that opportunity to shit on you if they feel like, oh, like I know this or whatever the case may be. But I think it's worth it. Like that risk is worth it, because there's, for every one, there's like 100 other people that are like in a positive way of growing.
I already know. So, okay, let me get to some good questions. I can go ahead and get you out of here because I know you're busy. No, okay. Well, what is it like working with the brilliant lyrical group TDE? What is that like?
It's crazy. It's just like, it's like being homeschooled, because you get to learn everything like from the comfort like of your home, like being with the people in every different kind of way, like instead of being out of your zone or having to figure it out. It's just dope being able to learn from people that are close to you, and you can watch firsthand like Kendrick's process or Soul's process or Zay's process. It's just dope.
So what's your relationship with Kendrick Lamar?
I know him, and we're on the same label. He's the homie. He's like the big homie. He gives, I call him Yoda as a joke. His advice is usually like 6 words total, like the deepest words ever. It is. It's like super. Like they'll be like one-liners. Like
Finally, like, is there anything that you're currently working on or any future projects that we can expect?
Thank you.
So my question for you, since this is a collaboration award,
Yeah.
what do you think you learned from Doja Cat?
She's a star, and like literally, the first thing I asked her when we got this, I was like, "How do you write? What's your process?" And I love people who write, and it's something about the way that she just kind of like freestyles genuine things from her brain. And when I write, I freestyle everything too. So it's like it was just crazy to meet somebody who even works similarly, but I think she's like so masterful at what she does. So I've just been able to really just like admire just her powerhouseness and like the way that she just like emotes from the brain, from the top, and kind of just like meet in the middle on that.
All right, one last question.
Well, I want to know, first of all, Topher Garage with People Magazine. You've had 11 nominations till now. You finally have the trophy. So how does that feel, but also managing that with the crutches tonight?
I'm super grateful. It's very funny because I fell out of bed right before it was time to like leave and get ready for this, like the day before. But I definitely, that's the way it goes. Like everything awesome in my life has always come with something like very random. But it is my weight, whatever. But I think now, I don't know. I think doing shit I genuinely love to do, like cooking, I love to cook. So I'll just go like spam at the house like all the time, like just cook anything and everything. Like last night I did like teriyaki salmon with like a
You burn in the
baked sweet
kitchen?
potatoes.
You burn like
it
that?
goes down in my
See,
kitchen.
yet another talent that we're learning about.
I'm obsessed with cooking, but it's cathartic for me. Like, or
Yeah.
I'll do rock climbing once a week, or go to gymnastics class, or go to dance class, whatever.
Yeah, you were a major gymnast.
I was a gymnast for a very long time.
I'm excited to see that go down. I have a video. I'm
One
gonna direct
day.
with you. We're gonna do that, man. Stay tuned, everyone.
One day. I don't know.
It's amazing how quickly 20 minutes goes by. I have like one sort of final strange question, I think,
Yeah.
right?
Oh.
Well, it's two-part. No, it's good. Don't worry. What is your greatest achievement to date? Briefly, because we want to get to questions. Everybody has them, I'm sure. What are you most proud of that you've achieved thus far?
I know this sounds like weird and like maybe weak, but it's this. Everything has been bigger every time. This is the first time I've been in New York since, I don't know when the last time I was here, but like publicly, like doing anything or singing in New York, this is the first time. And the last time, there was not this many people here, and it was just, so this is my greatest achievement today.
I love it. I have
For
rapid
sure.
fire. I have rapid fire two more. Who do you want to work with? Because that's a burning question for people.
So many people.
Name two.
King Cruel for sure.
Dope.
And I had a really cool conversation with Janae 2 days ago, so that was cool. Yeah, that she's a really, really awesome person. So that'll be The first time that ever happened was at like Janae's tour, and I never been on stage with that many people before, and it was the first night of the tour. Like, these people don't know me. Like, this is crazy. They're gonna be like, "Who the fuck is this bitch? I don't see anything." And I almost passed out. Like, I was about to walk out. My knees were shaking, and Punch was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, I don't know if I'm okay this time. Like, and then I just went out there, and just something happened. I just snapped. Like, I don't know. My brain just disconnected because it was so scary. I couldn't be in my own like mind and body anymore. But whatever happened, like it wasn't conscious. So then the rest of the show, and when it was over, it was just like, okay. Like I don't even know. It was so hard for me to translate that in the studio, like singing full voice and like not being afraid, like not being in my body and just like being
So
like,
you're
in the
saying
moment.
in the studio you want to find that thing that makes you snap on stage.
Well, that's what this album is like about. It's me trying to find that balance between who I am when I'm calculated and thinking and relaxed and have the opportunity to compartmentalize everything, and who am I when I have nothing. Like I have nothing together. My faculties are not agreeing with me. Like I'm not present in my brain. My body is just being and doing.
So, but that's kind of freeing. It's like scary, but it's like a gift also to be able to like disappear from yourself.
And just let whatever happens happen.
Yeah.
'Cause I saw you at the end of that tour at the remember the LA show at Nokia or whatever theater that is now. PlayStation Theater. What's the one in LA Live? PlayStation. So I saw you on that tour, and you fucking snapped. Like the place was going crazy, and I was like, and I remember I was like, yo, she became on that tour, on the Janae tour, you became like a performer, and that
was the first time I ever even sang with a band. So like I never even heard my music that loud before, so I didn't know I had to sing over the music and like really project. And then I had this weird fear where I was like, I know niggas don't know me. I know they're probably like, I don't really care, so don't play yourself. Like, just go off. Like, you don't really have anything to lose. You don't have, I don't know, you could wild out and embarrass yourself if you wanted to, but you might as well just try as hard as you can. So it was weird. There was a lot of conversion on that tour, and it like taught me a lot.
It's interesting because you're talking about, like, when I think of anxiety, right? One of my biggest fears is, like, I hate when I feel anxious that I can't control my body.
Yes.
I feel like I can't, like, I want to feel a certain way, but my body is feeling something completely different.
Yeah.
So what is this one of the reasons you named your project Control?
For sure, definitely, because of that.
Anything English.
Has a video been made for Drew Baby? Is that a yes?
Yes.
But it's not
absolutely.
available for us yet. It's not out to the people yet.
It's not out yet, but
I thought it was interesting earlier when I first met you, how you said you didn't think that people would like Drew Barrymore. You were surprised by the reaction. Why is that?
Because it's like organic and like very like a departure from what people know of me. And I think I've spent a lot of time growing in the dark, so people don't really know where I'm at, what I'm thinking, why I'm thinking, or they just don't know me. So I think you have to like ease people into learning you, but sometimes you just can't. You gotta rip the Band-Aid off and get it going, which is kind of what ended up happening with this album.
Are you comfortable with the idea of being sort of a 20, in terms of how I've seen how people react to you, like particularly how Black women react to you, are you comfortable with being sort of a...
Don't say anything that's gonna get me
I'm not.
beat up on the internet.
I'm not saying you are that person. Are you comfortable with people reacting to you sort of the way they reacted to like Badu and people like that? Like this very like womanly empowerment, like people, I can see women react to you that way and they feel a certain sense of pride in you. Are you comfortable with playing that role to people?
I'm not comfortable playing any role. I think I am comfortable being myself, and if people attach to any part of that in a healthy way and feel supported, and I'm down to be a part of that. But I'm not making it my mission to like, I don't know, to become something, because I feel like when you try to become something, it just kind of like creates resistance and it's not possible. But I think if I just follow the path that I'm on and, I don't know, listen to my intuition and like what I'm supposed to be doing, I think don't know. I think I'll end up where I'm supposed to be. Erica is definitely a beacon. Like that's a whole different entity. I can't even like pretend to like make that comparison in my brain. But I don't think she's trying either. I don't think she was ever trying. I think she was just out here being Badu, and people attached to some of it and felt like, or all of it, and felt like, or if you didn't attach to it in terms of like, this is the way I feel, you felt like, I don't understand what's going on, but I love it. And rule me, rule all of us. So,
Rule all of us. Yes.
I don't know. Yeah.
So, SZA, on this album, I found it interesting. Do you, outside of your normal producers that you always work with, did you work with anyone else?
I did. I feel like I'm low key, like met with a bunch of people, but I didn't know what I wanted for sure. But I loved all those people's.
Hi. My question is, especially as a Black woman in an over-sexualized industry, how do you maintain your individuality?
I'm kidding.
Without succumbing to social media and what they define as beautiful?
You know, I think at first I was afraid to be in music because I was afraid of the aesthetic that I would have to portray. And I was like, okay, I don't want to sign up for that. I'm not going to shave my legs and I'm not going to lotion. So I don't know if this will work or not. But I don't ever feel pressured to be hypersexualized. Like, I'm not ignorant to the fact that I'm a tad on the shapely side. Like, I know I'm not stick thin. I don't have bone straight hair. I don't, like, sometimes I do whatever I want to do. And I think that as long as that works for you, then it works for me. But I think the most important part, I don't know, just pressure is what you make it. I've learned that the hard way. And I think at first I let it cripple me and I was afraid, but at some point you have to like stop giving a fuck. Like your life depends on you not giving a fuck. So, but yeah, that's
First and foremost, I love your voice.
Thank you.
And my main question is, how does it feel to be signed with the best group in hip hop right now?
Yes. Thank you, number one. Honestly, they're just the craziest. It's crazy, but you know, on an honest level, seeing them every day and like recording with them, or like seeing them at the house and just like being human beings, but watching them create from being regular people, it's nuts. Because I think what everybody doesn't get to see is the process. Like, they don't get to see people just walking around like, and they're regular, like just coming by, or just chopping it up at the studio, eating chicken or whatever, you know, or ordering sushi. But I think, I don't know, it's very surreal. I usually don't realize it until we're at like a show where everybody's out, and then it's just like, oh yeah, I forgot. Like, this is like a whole thing. Like, this is more than just a family thing, but it feels like family. Like, I don't know, like the president of TDE is here, Punch is here, and he I don't know, he's casual Jack. He's just like, whatever, we're just out. So I don't know, that it's important, but it's not what overwhelms my mind, because it's more family than anything. But yeah.
All right, I have the mic. First of all, I absolutely love you.
Tell him.
And
Thank you. I love you too.
Honestly, I'm standing here and I'm like, you're my spirit animal.
Thank you. You know what's like crazy? When people say that, I'm always like, but I'm a human being, though. but I don't know. I think that's awesome.
Like, there's a connection there where it's just like, I hear your music and I'm like, yo, this girl is in my head. What the fuck? But honestly, as one graphic designer to an actual music artist, I just want to know personally, who does the art for your
He's
covers?
Here. Kareem Blair. He does all of it. He also owns a company called Lamar & Dolly, and yeah, he's an amazing designer. He designs for all different kind of. They just dropped a sneaker, by the way, that sold out with Fila. It was awesome. But anyway, yeah, it's him, and yeah, we just collaborate. He knows me well, so he can just kind of call it. Yeah, so like, you know, like the original cover for Z was it was an orangutan hanging off of like a blinged out Z, like above like fruit.
It was weird, or putting avocados on S. Like I was obsessed with avocado, like for a whole year. It's all I refuse to eat anything but guacamole. So, but he knows that, so it's kind of just like putting all of my mind, and then I love Kenzo, so we kind of put some of that in there. Like whatever, we just kind of work together. But yeah.
I just want to say hi, and I'm going to pass it.
Hi, okay.
Yay.
Oh, that's so nice.
This is my favorite new friend I just made in the crowd. Anyway, I just want to ask you, I know you had like trouble with your dad convincing him that you were serious about your music career, so I just wanted to know how he's getting along with you being like successful now.
Like, I'm not ready, and my dad said that I'm supposed to, and I'm just like, and also, I'm like, well, I'm not sure if God has partners or sons, and I just feel like, and I'm like, I'm talking and all these things, and I'm really young, and he's just like telling me, he was so fed up with me, so.
Was he like, is it like during communion?
Yeah, I was visiting my friend's church.
Like, just take the cracker, please. You're like, well,
Shut up
I'm
and
not
go.
sure if I accept him yet. Does he accept me? I don't know. There's so much to discuss. He's like,
I know. Who's accepting? It was interesting.
That's awesome, though. I think that story, especially for the times we live in, that's an amazing story that I don't think a lot of people have the luxury of either knowing people with that experience, right? Or hearing someone's story like that, where it is completely like, no, it was love. Like my mom, my dad, they're still together. They love each other.
Yeah.
We do it all. Like, I have that luxury in my house, but, I don't know a lot of people that have that luxury, right? I had a Jewish mom and a Christian father and went to Hebrew school and went to Pentecostal church, and we had Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, and Christmas in my house. You know what I mean? Like, it happens, but I don't think those stories aren't mainstream, so I think that's awesome.
Also, do you consider yourself like, you have roots in different places. Do you consider yourself like a Jersey girl at heart? Is that who you are?
Maybe.
What do you, or is that not a way you classify yourself?
I try to basically think of wherever I spent wherever I learned the most, then that's just where I connect to.
And so where's that?
I don't know. I think
You're still finding it.
Well, no, I spent a lot of traveling like with my parents. So like St. Louis, I feel like I learned different things like common sense and street smarts and like just, don't touch shit that don't belong to you. Like random classic Black family shit like in St. Louis. And then in Maplewood, I learned everything that my parents just sheltered and kind of molded me in a different way. So it was more so like, these are the terms of being conservative. This is what this means, or like, this is what, it's more so like, how can we refine you? Or let me show you the option of being refined if you want to. And that's kind of what my parents wanted to expose me to and spend more time like cultivating in me. And then, and like science and exploration and like
what about like
sports.
What about like smoking weed in cars, listening to music?
Oh, that's everywhere though.
That's everywhere. Okay.
Yeah, that's always. I feel like in Texas with my sister, in St. Louis, in Jersey, in Virginia with my cousins. Like that's everywhere. Here.
Where'd you get in the most trouble?
Also everywhere, because I was looking for trouble. I think when I was younger, like I got my first tattoo at 13. Like I was a loner.
What did Dad say?
Oh my God, he didn't see my first tattoo. He saw my second tattoo, my butterfly, and he was like, "Nice coloring." But the first one, I think it was so crazy that like my mom didn't even say anything. And then like later on down the line, I think he saw it like years later when it was less frightening and like I could have lost my life in my home. So I feel like it was a safer time for that to be revealed. I don't know, but it was more so like I wasn't with a posse like I just was sad and like on some like weird like depressed shit. So I was like, I'm gonna get a tattoo. Like, I'm bad. I can take it. I had $40. It was $10 a letter. Oh my God.
Value.
And how much money did you have?
Huh?
How much money did you have?
I had $40. So I got 4 letters. That's how I got my nickname, Lana. I just couldn't get the whole thing, the S and the O. It didn't make sense to cut off the other 2 letters. So I can afford it.
Is it a bad placement?
It's on my back. Because I was young and I went to hide it. And I was like, well, I can't go home this way. So, it worked. It kept my dad
Well, if you want to save up and add the SO to it, now.
I thought about that, but then it would be like shifted over to the left because now it's like
It's
dead
center.
center. Right.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And put like the S and the O and like
make
some
sure you
other
pick up
stuff.
Control, where I have to assume you're single based on the subject matter of the album.
Why the subject matter is old?
Oh, so it's old. So you're not single.
Why would you say that?
Okay.
You really think nobody's trying to slide in those DMs?
Well, not if
Nobody's
she's
trying
in
to-
a relationship. I'm sure they're trying. She's not interested.
But what makes you say that?
Rosenberg, why you have this blank face?
I don't know her. I actually haven't asked her about her immediate status recently. So
What was
I
the
don't
last
know.
time you asked? What was the status?
I'm not gonna violate the thing. SZA and I have a kinship, and I don't talk
You won't
about
buy
it.
it. So is this off out of bounds?
Just leave it alone and just be open. And sometimes like the shit get crazy and you just can't figure out how you got in the situation to figure out what you're liking, but it's worth it occasionally.
What's the most disrespected in a relationship you ever felt?
Oh my God.
Oh, kick in the next story.
We got into a really big argument. He put my purse on the train tracks.
Oh gosh.
Threw the purse
He put my purse on the train tracks on the F train. And all my shit went. I was so mad. I was so mad. That was crazy.
And did you just give up on the stuff?
No, I beat that nigga's ass promptly. What do you mean? I was upset. I was very angry.
Promptly.
It was different.
And what was the
Better
argument?
times, for better days.
Was the argument
I have
random?
no idea what the argument was even about. I literally don't even remember. I feel like it was over like not going to the movies. I don't even know. It was so ridiculous. But we were wild.
Based on the interviews I've seen you done prior to this conversation, and yeah, I'll have to.
That's just all I really did. Mom there was my grandma there. It was great.
You ever seen a pit bull just flip on a little baby? That ain't sticking to the script.
I also seen pit bulls, bro. Like save baby.
You ever seen a killer whale at SeaWorld kill the person?
Well, that's part of the script.
What?
Killer whale.
Would you rather just be a bum ass whale living in the ocean, or would you rather be the center of attention at SeaWorld?
That's what's wrong with human being. Okay, I don't think any whale wants to be in SeaWorld.
Listen, being
Trapped.
being in the middle of the ocean is like working at the floor. Once you take that whale, put him in SeaWorld, it's like being inside the city.
That is not true.
You don't like the circus anything that's contained.
You just have no freedom when you're in SeaWorld. You can't go anywhere.
You don't go to circus really.
Oh, my dad does all the time. But I
You ever been to Universal Soul Circus?
I have Universal.
They got pit bulls and rock lions.
Is this off out of bounds question?
What?
Your relationship status. Is that an out of bounds question?
No.
She just was fucking with you, assuming one way or the other. Either way you went, she was like, why do you think that?
Yeah.
And why do you think that?
Honest question. She's beautiful. Dudes like you.
I feel like dudes, I don't know what dudes like. I have no idea. I feel like, I don't even think dudes know what they like.
I don't think so either. I agree with that. Until they find it.
No, even when they find it, I don't think they know.
Some. Rosenberg. Perfect example. He found
Your
something
wife is so beautiful.
Thank you. I love my wife. I'm very excited to see her today. I haven't seen her in like 5 days.
So there you go. Broke your whole little theory right here.
I think
next to you.
Rosenberg is different. That's right.
That's right.
So you don't think dudes know what they like at all?
Nah, I don't. I don't know what I like. I just kind of like what I like whenever I like it. So I don't really try to, and who knows, like when you decide what you like, you kind of block yourself off from what you might like. So you might as well just leave it alone and just be open. And sometimes like the shit get crazy and you just can't figure out how you got in the situation to figure out what you're liking, but it's worth it occasionally.
What's the most disrespected in a relationship you ever felt?
Oh my God.
Well, kick in the next story.
We got into a really big argument. He threw my purse on the train tracks.
Oh, gosh.
Threw the purse
He threw my purse on the train tracks on the F train. And all my shit flat. I was so mad. That was crazy.
And did you just give up on the stuff?
No, I beat that nigga's ass promptly. What do you mean? I was upset. I was very angry.
Promptly?
It was different.
And what was the
better
argument?
times, were better days.
Was the argument
I have
random?
no idea what the argument was even about. I literally don't even remember. I feel like it was over like not going to the movies. I don't even know. It was so ridiculous. But we were wild.
Based on the interviews I've seen you done prior to this conversation and your album, I have to assume that you've learned a lot about what you want in a relationship, right? Or have you learned more about what you don't want?
I know what I want out of life. I know the qualities that I find attractive. I know the qualities that make me feel safe, that make me feel happy, or not even, or just remind me of joy, or that make me feel open.
Can you share?
Laughter, anything that's like super vulnerable or honest, like coming out of a weird shell, because men don't share a lot. So like hyper sharing definitely is like an easy way to make me feel like.
Excuse me? See the bond?
I mean,
hyper sharing?
Yeah, no problem sharing.
You're the sharing king.
You're so nice.
Our conversations
you deserve
are
a lot
very,
in life.
a lot of sharing. They're sharing. I share.
How long you been sharing?
I share all the time. I've been sharing. I've been sharing with her since like right when I met her. When she signed.
How many years, man? How many years?
What do you mean with her?
He was low-key the first person that came for me, like, for a long time.
Yeah,
for a really long time.
3 years.
I really appreciate that.
Since the EP came out, because they
Say
signed
thank you.
her.
Rosenberg, say thank you. She just gave.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my God.
She, by the way, but she's actually so cool that she like thanks me privately. Like she's actually someone who reaches out and is like,
terrible.
"Hey, thank you for being awesome and supportive." And people don't really do that, but that's what she's like. She actually says.
People generally are, and I feel like a lot of people didn't fuck with me in the beginning. Like indifferent. They were just like, or they were like she's with TDE, so it's like, all right, like I'll tolerate her because she's with all these other dudes that we love.
Right, but didn't actually explore the
Or give a fuck. Like they didn't care, and I felt like you cared. Like you genuinely cared about my music, and you were hella supportive. And I was like, cool. And you're in a boys club, and the fact that you're in a boys club of hip hop and gave a fuck was really cool.
Well, you're
How
awesome.
hard has that been being signed to a label with someone like Kendrick and Schoolboy and mostly a boys club?
It's
like those
not.
guys?
It's
I'm just kidding.
It's not. It's not at all. Like they treat me amazing. They're hella supportive. I learn a lot. They're not scared of shit, so they remind me not to be scared of shit. They back me in everything I do. Like they think I'm talented. They reinforce me when I doubt myself. It's been amazing. It's like a very supportive male support group.
Yeah,
like a circle.
but you really do. You do get the love. It does seem like you have the little sister like love of everyone. Like they all want to see you win and prop you up. That's what it always seems like to me.
Yeah, no, it is true. It is true. Especially, I don't know. Like, I'm very grateful because sometimes I get really like nervous and I wonder like, do you love me?